Social media, pop culture, navigating adulthood. If any of these words sound like a good time to you, then you're in the right place. Welcome to the Zillennial Girl Talk podcast. I'm your host, Amanda, joined by my other host, Siriana, and we're here to talk all about social media gossip, pop culture talk, how the heck to navigate adulthood, and much more. If this interests you, keep on listening. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. We haven't recorded together in 2 weeks, it doesn't feel that long to me, to be honest.
I felt like it was longer for me.
Oh,
I think it was like 3 weeks.
maybe.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. Okay. It's been a while. It's been a minute. But how have you been? What's new?
Nothing new. Still working, and I'm dying in school already, and it's barely end of September. That's it. I'm boring life over here.
No, I feel you. I've been just in school, work, having back pain, just the usual things in life.
You sound like you're an old lady.
Honestly, today I was like, I was like, 23-year-old should not be having this pain. I don't even know like what I did, but I feel like I have too much like body pain for someone my age.
Are you stressed a lot?
Yeah.
That'll do it too.
Like probably every second of the day. Which is sad, but yeah.
I mean, life of being an adult.
Basically. I was looking at apartments for fun. And shit's expensive.
Yeah, I was doing that too the other day, like just dreaming of when I can move out.
Mm-hmm.
And like apartments are so expensive. I'm just like,
yeah.
Why?
And it's like there are like cheaper ones, but like
they're not nice.
Yeah, like I can't live somewhere that will make me like cringe, like not in a weird
I feel like you have a higher standard of living than most people.
Maybe I should bring it down a bit, but it's just like I want it to be aesthetic. And also
yeah, but it's also your first apartment. Your first apartment.
I know, but I want it to be white. And most of the places that I find
That's
that
expensive.
are cheaper, most places I find that are cheaper are like old wood, and I don't like old wood. So it's a struggle.
Not you being picky about your first apartment.
I'm gonna be picky about everything. I found a really pretty one though, and it was cheap. But I'm not moving right now, so I couldn't get it. But
yeah, I found a few that I like. I'm like, I'm not moving anytime soon. So
no, like it's gonna be gone by the time I move. But whatever. Maybe I'll be rich. Maybe I'll be like, my YouTube will pop off. I'll be rich. Yeah, I can dream. But do you want to talk about the song you chose?
Yeah, so I saw that we both picked Lil Nas X songs.
Yes.
Didn't he come out with an album this week?
Yeah, I think it was this week.
Yeah, so I picked his That's What I Want. I think that was like the first track on the album, and like it just came up on my like Discover playlist, and I like it. I think it was a different sound than like his regular music, so yeah. I didn't mind it.
Yeah, I picked Am I Dreaming by Lil Nas X featuring Miley Cyrus because iconic. Every song,
heard that one yet.
It's new too. Every song that Miley's on though is like good.
Iconic.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think, have you ever seen her in concert?
No.
I saw her on her Bangers tour where she was humping the dog and took off her underwear. Yep, that's the concert I saw. Yeah. Ugh, I miss.
Don't you have any concerts coming up soon?
Yes, I have one October 20th. It's Madison Beer with Maggie Lindemann and this other person that I don't know their name. And then my other ones are all next year, and I'm like kind of like freaking out a bit just because in Montreal, like the arenas right now, there's a capacity of 7,500 people, and I think Justin Bieber's sold like 13,000 tickets. And I'm like, that shit better go up by the time that concert's there. Because if I have to have the concert canceled, I will have a mental breakdown. Like, yeah. And I have like Billie Eilish before that too. And I mean, it's 6 months away, so there's time for like things to change. But like, I don't know about you, but Montreal, like people are crazy here. Like, there's like protests every day in front of the hospitals, protesting the vaccine and everything. And I was like, first of all, why are you protesting in front of the hospital? Like, what did the nurses do to you? Like, they're the ones that are like working their asses off every single day during this whole thing while you probably sat at home. Like, yeah, it's like not very good here still.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, I haven't looked at the numbers here, but I feel like people are still against wearing a mask in general.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I go to the gym early in the mornings, and one time there was like most of the people not wearing a mask, and there's a mask mandate.
Mm-hmm.
And the other day, someone got kicked out for not wearing a mask, and he was like throwing a fit about it.
Wow. It's just
And
like, it's not that hard to wear one.
no, it's not.
Like,
but it has to be political.
Yeah, obviously. What you gonna do? I just surround myself with the people that have their vaccines and wear masks and are safe, because I'm not trying to get nothing.
Yeah, and there's like so many different variants out now. It's just like,
and I swear I'm the person that's like, I have a cough and I'm like,
COVID.
Yeah, I'm like, oh shit, should I stay home? I'm like, like today my back hurt and I was like, oh, and I googled it, obviously, which I shouldn't be doing.
WebMD it.
Yeah, and it's like, if the pain is lasting this long, you should go to the hospital because this is probably happening. And I was like, oh my god, I'm dying. But that's what I do this all the time, and then like the 2 days later, I'm fine. Like, ugh. I always tell everyone like not to Google like what they're feeling, but then I always do it. Yeah, and then it's like, your appendix might have burst, and I tell you, the amount of times that Google has told me my appendix might be bursting, so many times. One day, I don't want it to burst, but like that's what it tells me all the time. So that's what I always freak out about.
So I think on the Zoom background, there's like a plant like behind you, and it looks like you're a pumpkin. Your beanie's a pumpkin.
Yeah, right there.
I mean, it is the first day of fall, so
yes, love fall.
Festive.
Yeah. So, okay, I want to talk about the Gabby Petito case, but so I have I have I don't know how to say it, but when her body was found, I was so annoyed by the YouTubers who within 30 minutes had a video like with the caption
up and running.
Yeah, like with the caption like, or the title like, Gabby Petito body found. And I was like, I feel like that's so insensitive. Like, at least like wait, like I understand if you're like a true crime channel and like that's your job, but at least like, you know, wait a day or two. It was like literally 30 minutes later, and I was like, the family hasn't even had time to like, you know, take it in,
feel anything yet.
Yeah, and you're already like doing that because you know it's gonna get views. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of TMZ, like how they always like have to break the news first.
Yeah. It's just like, I found it so insensitive, and like I said, like I know like some people it's their job, but like they can wait a bit. They're still gonna get clicks and views, like, you know.
Yeah, especially because it's so widely looked at right now.
Yeah, but so Brian Laundrie or whatever the fuck his name is still nowhere to be found.
Have yet to be found.
Yeah, and I 100% think he's guilty. Some people are like, don't say he's guilty until like you have evidence, but I'm like, there's so many things.
Yeah, I'm like, you wouldn't run, and then
he wouldn't. Okay, so I heard that some people are suspecting his dad flew out to him and drove back with him, and apparently when he drove back, he like took stuff out of the storage unit that him and Gabby had together. I'm just like, there's so many weird things that have been happening in this case. I just like, I can't wrap my head around it. Even his parents
have been like really sketched too. I'm like, you, my child, and you did something terrible, I wouldn't defend you. Like, sorry.
Oh no, if you killed someone, or like even if you accidentally hurt someone, like, I'm not saying, because at the end of the day, if he's guilty and they find out that the parents knew, they're going to jail with him. So you could go to jail. I'm not going to jail. So yeah. But I was reading, so I follow this guy on Twitter who's like a reporter. His name is Brian Enton. So I've been like following his updates, and like they were searching at like a reserve today, but like they haven't found anything. They were in like the water and they haven't found anything. And I'm like, I feel like his parents only reported him missing after 5 days. I feel like that gave him like the time to
a big head start.
Yeah, like he's probably like not
rumors that he's in Cuba too.
Yeah, like I don't think he's in the States anymore. Like that's how there's just a bang in my house and no one's home. Anyways, the ghost. Yeah. Spooky season. Yeah. But so I don't know if you heard of the case. I don't know his name. Luca Magnotta from Montreal. Yes. Yeah. So he was like in Europe or something after he killed the person, because no one knew what happened until a few days later, and he already got like a huge head start and like was already fucking across the country. So like it's not that hard to get on a plane and leave,
especially in Florida, because he can easily take a boat and not be identified.
And then I think if he's not in the US anymore, they can't. I don't know if they could put an arrest warrant for him in another country. I don't
know why they still haven't put on an arrest warrant for him.
Because they don't
he's
have
still
evidence.
A person of interest.
I think they just got access to Gabby and his phone. So I wonder if they're gonna find anything on there.
I found like that they got access to the phones, but they don't physically have the phones, do they?
I don't know. Well, I don't think
because no one knows where Gabby's phone's at.
And like maybe they got access to like certain things in it.
Yeah.
But like, did you watch the police footage where they were like, "Oh, do you have a phone?" And he's like, "No, I don't," and he has it in his hand.
Yeah, he was being really sketchy about it.
Yeah, and I was like, the police officers, like, I feel like they feel like shit right now.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
but they could have stopped that.
But they also separated them for a night, so I don't know like what happened then, because when they got pulled over, they both had to sleep at a different hotel that night. So I don't know, like, she had a like. I know it's like not easy, especially if like whatever. I don't know what happened between them, but like, I don't know. It's wild.
Yeah, that's sad. But like, if we've also discussed this too, like how this case is like so widely talked about, and I feel like it's not the same for minority people either.
Oh no, like there's so many like missing and murdered like Indigenous women that like people haven't found. There's so many missing like Black people that like don't even make the media. Like I'm not saying that we shouldn't have looked for her, because obviously it worked out, because I mean,
I just wish people would put more attention to
minority people.
More.
There's so many of them. Like there's so many that have been missing for months, and like some of them I didn't even hear about until like yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's like they were able to find her in like what, a week of looking. It's like, it's sad. But do you have anything else to say about that whole situation?
No, it's just sad.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know. Then I was watching the footage and stuff, and I'm like, he looks sus. Like he looks like
weird. Have you seen that he looks like Chris Watts?
Chris, yeah. It's true. It's
almost
creepy.
Exactly like Chris Watts.
Yeah. It's
And there's also like theories like her best friend knew about it. There's like so many different theories about different things about it.
I don't know. I hope they figure it out, and like, I don't know, he like, if he really did do it, I hope he's alive so he can rot in jail.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he's alive. Yes.
Yeah, we gotta take an easy way out.
Yeah. I don't know. But anyways, so that we can move on to something more lighthearted and fun. So I don't know if you ever watched Dancing with the Stars. Have you?
A long time ago. Yeah, but I did watch some clips from this episode.
So was there anyone that stood out to you?
Cody Rigsby.
Who?
Cody Rigsby.
Oh yes,
so he's a Peloton instructor.
Yeah,
he's a Peloton instructor.
Yeah.
And he came out with his bike. Love to see it.
Yeah. I'm just looking at all the people. Some of them I didn't know who they were. There's the guy there's Martin Cove. He's like the old man. He's like 76 years old. He was so bad, but like you could tell he was like having such a good time. But I was like,
yeah, you're like, you're not gonna make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked Olivia Jade's dance.
Yeah, it was good. I watched Suni Lee, the Olympian, and to be honest, I expected her to be more. I think because like gymnastics, like you have to be so like straight, but like I don't know the word, like rigid and stuff. Yeah, so like you could tell that like she wasn't as like moving or like loose. So I don't know, I expected hers to be a little bit better, but I mean, who the fuck am I? Like I can't even dance. But then there's the Kristen Chu from Bling Empire. She was like good. And then there's Jojo Siwa.
Yeah.
Who did you see when her partner fell and she like scooped her back up?
Yes, it was so cute.
I would have cried. Like I would start crying. Like I don't know, if my partner fell, I would have cried. I would have been like, I can't do this anymore.
But also, it was the first same gender duo. So
yeah,
that's time. Cool. Yeah, took them long enough.
I also didn't know Jojo Siwa was that tall. She's like so tall.
Yeah, Yeah, I always thought she was short, and then like I saw a video of her one time and she was like super tall, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. And then she was like, I think her partner's head was at her shoulders, and I was like, whoa, like tall.
I wonder how tall she actually is.
You could search it up.
Oh, she's 5'9".
Okay, that's not that tall.
I mean, it's still tall. It's still tall.
I mean, I'm 5'2", so
yeah, me too.
It'd be very tall for me, but like my best friend's 5'9", so and I think Chris is 5'9". But everyone's taller than me at the end of the day, so
yeah, me too.
Nothing new. But then there's also Matt James, from The Bachelor. He wasn't that bad. Thought he would be.
I think he was all right.
Yeah, I thought he would be a lot worse because I don't know. Whenever there's like tall people, they're always like lanky and like can't move. But he wasn't that as bad as I imagined.
Yeah, he wasn't too awkward.
Yeah, but anyways, I think it'll be an interesting season.
Do you watch The Voice at all?
Yes, I watch The Voice too.
Yeah, so did you say that Ariana is a judge this season?
Yeah. Who would so if you were able to sing and you went to The Voice and audition, who would you pick as your coach? Let's say all of them turned around.
I don't know. I feel like they're all good in like different ways. Mm-hmm. Like probably one I wouldn't pick is Blake Shelton.
Oh, me either.
I don't have a country. I'm going to country music.
I think I would. Okay, so it would be between Ariana or John Legend for me. But like, I agree. Ariana knows Justin Bieber, so that gives her a little bit of an advantage. Because maybe when you like go on your solo time with her, I feel like, oh my god, like Justin Bieber, and like maybe she'll surprise me,
Oh my god.
That's where my thought process goes. But then John Legend is married to Chrissy Teigen, and I like Chrissy Teigen too, so we'd have to decide.
Yeah, I saw a clip of like someone doing their performance, and John turned around first. Ariana turned around, and then but John blocked her. Mm-hmm. And just like seeing her face was priceless. Because I guess I'm seeing like different clips of everyone wanting Ariana as their judge. And like it makes me feel bad for all the other judges. I mean, yeah.
I would probably be like Ariana first, John Legend, Kelly, and then Blake. Blake would be, I'd only be on his team if he was the only one that turned for me. That's the situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you watch it or you just watch like?
I watch like bits and pieces. I don't have live TV. So I just like watch like the videos that they put on YouTube.
There's a father-son duo, which is cute. Yeah, the son.
I wish I could sing. I want some sort of talent.
I would have good music. I have so much shit to say in my music. It would be great, but I can't. I mean, I feel like when I was younger, like I sang like well, like not extremely good, but I think if I took vocal lessons, maybe I would have been good. But now I'm just like,
yeah.
No.
Remember, I was in 7th grade choir and I thought I could sing, and it was just terrible.
I would be that person that would record myself singing and send it to people. And expect them to be like, oh my god, you're so good, Amanda. And they would say that, and like and I would send it to them, and like they'd be like, oh my god, you're so good. And I'm like, you lied to me.
Why'd you have to give me this confidence?
I posted one on YouTube once. It's fucking long gone, but I posted a singing video on YouTube once. No, I don't know where it is. I deleted that shit so fast. I was like, who told me I was good at singing? Because I got so much hate comments.
That could have been your viral video.
Yeah, people making fun of me. I don't think I would have handled it.
Yeah. Internet comments, I do not want to be a topic of that.
Me either. I don't think I would be able to like personally handle it. Like I had like one viral TikTok. It has like 400K. I guess that's viral to me.
Yeah, that's viral.
And it was all hate comments. Like I'm pretty sure I've sent it to you before, but it's like basically, for people who don't know, it was me talking about how my private school was strict.
And, yes.
I spoke about how like we weren't allowed nail polish, we weren't allowed makeup, we had like to have our socks at a certain length, we had to have our skirt at a certain length. You had to have like, there's so many rules that were like why can't I wear nail polish? Like, how is that going to affect my education? And I thought that was strict.
A distraction.
And I still think it's strict. Because like some of my friends, like they did not have any of those rules. So I assumed my school was strict, and people were coming at me saying that like I'm spoiled and that like I don't know what strict is, and how like all these things, and I was like, yo, calm down. And they were like
it's just
this is
opinion.
privileged white women. I'm like, first of all, I'm not a white woman. But I was just like, people are so ruthless. And then people were duetting it, and it was like these 12-year-olds duetting it. So I'm like, okay, I can't be rude to them because they're 12. But I was like, what is happening? So that was my experience with a viral video.
Your internet fame.
Yeah, my internet fame. I gained 1,000 followers and then it stopped. It's very sad.
I mean, I have 125.
Love that for you. So I guess we can move on to our last topic, which is Clickbait, which is a show on Netflix. How did you like start watching it?
So it was a couple weeks ago when I went to California. My mom was watching it, and I just heard her watching it, and she was like, "Oh my god, like this is some bullshit." She's like, "This is mind blowing. Like you don't expect this shit to happen." And she told me what happened, and I was like, "I gotta watch now." So then, like after we got back, I spent like 3 days watching it.
I watched it in one day.
Yeah, I know you were texting me at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I mean it's so like you like I had to know how it ended. That's when you know a show's good, when like you have to know that like same day.
It had like so many good reviews on it, and the ending just I think caught a lot of people off guard.
Yeah. Could we talk about that?
Yeah,
we could do a little spoiler alert. So if you didn't watch it, goodbye.
Yeah, it's been out for a couple weeks now. So
yeah. Okay, so my theory, I had like 2 theories during it, which we already spoke about. But so my first theory was the person. What was my theories? Well, my theory was there was this guy named Matt Alden. I believe that's his name. I thought it was him.
That was a friend, right?
Yeah, it was his friend that worked at school with him. And he was also on the trips with him that he would go on. It's like, oh, like it makes sense. And I'm like, oh, like this guy is like so sus. Like he's always at the house. Like he's always trying to get information.
He took down all the pictures.
Yeah. And then at one point as a joke, like me and my boyfriend and my mom was watching too. I was like, oh, like imagine it's that like old lady. And I said it as a joke. And it fucking was. And I was like, oh, I'm so smart. Even though like I was just joking. I didn't actually think it was her. But I was just like, when the kid showed up to the house, I was like, oh, what?
Yeah, I better not hurt him. And like my first like initial thought was like, don't trust anyone with your passwords or anything. And that's what happened. And that's how
I would never leave my phone with a fucking person I just met.
Yeah. Or have someone make my own passwords for me.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, I kind of felt bad for the old lady in a way, because I was like, oh, like she's so like lonely. But then her and her husband, did the thing. And I was like, hey, you did the thing. Like maybe you'll be close again. And they seemed like they were close. So that's why I was like, did you do it because you're
It seemed like he was like more focused on his little train set.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
but he killed someone for her.
Yeah.
He smacked the dude up for her.
Yeah. And then he dies.
Yeah. I don't know, it was just like mind fucking.
I did think for a while that it was the internet friend of the older son that like had some part in it, just because like she kept asking like all these intrusive questions, and I'm like, she did it.
I thought it was like just the friend try to get information from the son, because like they never really showed who it was, and then when they sent the picture, I was like, oh, it's a catfish too. He didn't learn. But then he went to her house and she was a real. Yeah. And it was so funny when he showed up and there was like this old Asian man.
The daddy, he's like,
I fucking knew it. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a good show.
Yeah, I would
like. I want more seasons of it, but like I don't know how they would, like if they would do another.
It says limited series, so I don't think there'll be another season. But like the reviews,
Amanda with her 20 laptops.
It has 54% on Rotten Tomatoes, which like
that's it.
Yeah, like
everyone I've talked to about says it's really good.
Yeah, I'm trying to read these reviews, but I don't know where to find them. I don't know how to use this. They also have a 7.3 on 10 on IMDb, which I think is like good. Like people's reviews Oh, I found the ratings. Got it. So like some of the good reviews was, why is every adolescent a better detective than actual professionals? Which I feel like
True.
has like literally connected to like the Gabby Petito case, where like the internet figured out more shit faster than the actual police. Someone said great first seven episodes. I think there was 8, so I guess they didn't like the last episode. Someone says clickbait indeed. Someone said a plot full of idiots. Someone said enjoyed it all in a single night. That is
Amanda.
Same. Someone's like the dangers of catfishing. I can't believe people still get catfished to this day.
Yeah.
There was this guy at my work that was talking to this girl on Facebook dating, and he was like showing me her. I was like, this girl looks so familiar. So I'm swiping, and do you know Acacia Brinley?
Mm-mm.
Okay, it's this girl that like was famous on Tumblr, and now like she's like a YouTuber, has 2 kids, and it was her pictures. And then I was like, oh, like this is a YouTuber, like you're not talking to whoever this person says their name is. And this man thought, he was like, oh, why'd she use a different name? Like, no, you're not talking to this girl, like it's a catfish. And he didn't understand what I was saying. But he got catfished. And I don't think I've gotten catfished to this day. I don't know though.
Yeah, I've never have I don't think.
I hope not.
So I want to read a 1-star review.
Read it.
So they made 4 points. So the first one is the biggest one that causes all the stupidity to unfold. Why would you let your password be handled by some old hag?
Okay. A little rude, but yeah.
And then Nick released by Simon and immediately goes to the old hag's house knowing she's the one that caused this. Why don't you go home and wash up first and then go to the cops the next day? Who the fuck runs to the criminal's house first? I mean, I feel like that's all on adrenaline. I mean, feeling like you just were about
he connected the dots and he was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And then number 3 was, of course, a bunch of lonely women who can't admit they never met met the man because it's embarrassing, and the old hag who wanted to get some kick from online fantasies. I mean, yeah, because she even used like a voice disorder to talk to someone.
Yeah, that was wild. At first I was like, how does she like sound like a guy? Because like some of them talked on the phone. But also the Emma Beasley lady.
Oh yeah.
Like, why would she say she met him and like they, did the things? Like, it's weird. Like, we were in a serious relationship.
Yeah. And like the fact that the lady sent her flowers for her birthday and stuff, I thought that was a little weird.
A little excessive.
Yeah. And then the 4th one was the youngest kid goes to old hag's house with a baseball bat. That's dumb enough. And then he goes into the house on an invite. That's even dumber. That was clearly not a prank and coincidence.
I mean, also like, what do you do when someone's like, come in? Like,
yeah.
I mean,
especially as a young kid too.
Yeah. And maybe he's like, oh shit, I got the wrong house. Like,
but maybe, they knew who he was though.
Yeah. I don't know. It was sus, but it was really, I think it was well made. So
yeah, it was good. Yeah, it's always funny reading reviews.
I want to watch Manifest now. I heard a lot about that, but I don't know what that's about though. Manifest. It's a drama series. After being presumed dead, 191 passengers of the Montego Air Flight 828 tried to reintegrate into the society. However, disturbing realities come to light. Love that. I mean, it sounds interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm really into like true crime shit, but it kind of scares me sometimes.
I feel like I go down a rabbit hole sometimes, and then I feel like I'm being watched.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And yesterday, I swear I heard a noise, but I don't know if I was sleeping. Like I heard someone speaking to me, and I was like,
yeah. Like right now, I'm dog sitting, so it's just me and the dogs, and I always feel like I'm like being watched. I'm like,
yeah. Well, so last night before I went to bed, when I was scrolling on TikTok, I was watching this like medium guy use a voice detector for like ghosts, and he was trying to talk to Gabby Petito, and then someone was replying to him, and I was like, oh my god. And then everyone in the comments was writing, I don't manifest negative energy. So I'm like, I'm gonna write that because everyone's writing it and I'm so scared right now. So I wrote it, and then I swear to god I heard someone speaking to me last night, and now I don't remember if it was a dream It probably was.
Or if it actually happened.
But like, or if it actually happened. I'm like, I don't want to go to bed. I don't want to do it.
But. Or it's like whenever I watch like scary movies at night and I'm like, I'm scared to go to bed.
Mm-hmm. You know, if I was like sleeping next to someone or in the same room as someone, I'd feel less scared. But
yeah, I mean, it's always me by myself. So
yeah, I'm just like in my room and then it's dark and then I'm like, what if someone's in my room with me and I can't see them?
My biggest fear is that so in my room at home, it faces the front of the house, so it's like in front of the house and the windows like facing the main street. And I'm only scared to like someone's like looking at me through my window because it's a 1-story house. And so I'm just like, I just like people are just like this. No, looking at me change, and my blinds are closed. But like I still get like paranoid. I'm like, someone's like finding a way to
I'm on the second floor. Yeah, because we have a basement, a main floor, and then a third floor. So like technically the third floor, but like second story or whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes like, what if someone has a ladder and they're like climbing up to my room? I'm like, okay, and I'm like, okay, I would definitely hear that. I would definitely hear someone put a ladder against my window and climb up. But I'm just like, oh my God. Maybe I should stop watching these things for a bit.
Yeah, it's my biggest fear. Just so good. Like someone's watching me.
Yeah, same. But
and like my biggest habit is like when I go on walks with my dog and I listen to crime podcasts. So
oh my
God,
this is
a good time to watch it.
Yeah, I do that too. Or sometimes when I'm alone, I'm like, why am I doing this when I'm walking alone? Like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have anything else you want to bring up, or
are you excited for fall?
I am. It was very, very hot today, so it did not feel like fall. But I'm excited for like, I don't know, like there's just something about fall when you go outside and like it's like crisp, cold air, but it's like not too cold and it just feels nice. Then I like when the trees change colors and fall fashion and all those things.
Yeah, I just better in the fall than the summer.
Me too.
A lot better.
Yeah, same.
But I think that's it.
Yeah, I mean it's 35 minutes, so
it does.
Yeah. I'm fucking sweating.
I liked your solo episode.
I liked yours too. It seems okay, so I don't know why it was so weird in it, because like I have other podcasts that I talk about.
Yeah, I'm like, you have your own solo podcast.
But I'm like, this is so weird. And then I was like, this is my podcast.
And then there's like, it's mine now. Sorry, Zillennial, you're not coming back.
Yeah, but yeah, I liked yours too. It was fun. It's easier when we're together though, because like they were both obviously shorter episodes when we're alone, but other than that, it was fun.
I was looking at our like stats today of our podcast, and we have some viewers in Germany. We have some in Canada, of course, and then I forget, there was like some 2 random places that I saw, and I was like,
love that for us.
And then
it's so weird.
Our second biggest audience is like older people too.
Do it for the old people. But yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed this episode. I emailed some guests. So I emailed one guest and they didn't answer me, so it's kind of rude. Just kidding. In case they listen to this, they're not rude, but
come on our podcast, please.
Yeah, if anyone has any suggestions, let me know, or let Siriana know, or DM the Instagram and we'll reach out to them. Can't promise they'll answer us because people like to leave me on red, but
she's a little salty.
No one left me on. I can't see if they read my email, but
okay.
But yeah, so I never know how to end this
either. Well, y'all have a good week.
Yes, have a good week.
We will talk to you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.